Hi guys, Firmbie with you with episode 13 of 15 Minute Makeover here in Car Mechanic 2015. This is a series where we grab a car from a car mechanic and see if we can repair it within our 15 minutes. But as always, so there's never any guarantees. As you've probably been seeing the last couple, we've actually been going overtime, so we'll see how we actually go on this particular one. And what do we have for us today? The Mayen M6. Quite a lot to get repaired for us today. Damaged body panels. That's 60% is our magic number that we're looking for today. A lot of these parts we've already been given, so we don't have to go and find the critters. So damaged body parts, fairly easy to do. You just locate the body panel that's actually damaged. Obviously, pull him off and repair him up. Sometimes if there's a lot of damaged body panels, I tend to just take them all off. Take note of what your required condition is, and then just repair the whole lot up to that 60%. It's not too many breakages, so it's often just worth just ripping the whole lot off. Trunk coming off there. Oops, wrong button. What else have we got remaining? Right headlight. Must already have that one. Oh, where's the repair table? Over there it is. Go the right way, idiot. Get those repaired up fairly quickly. As I said before, the best advice I can give you when it comes to the repair table is use your shift key, guys. That way you don't have to confirm every single repair. I actually did that for a long time until someone pointed out that you don't have to confirm every repair. You just hold the shift key button and then press your left mouse button and it repairs up. So that is a god saver. Exactly the same too when you're purchasing things through your tablet or through your computer. You can purchase multiple things just by holding your shift key down. So very handy tip there indeed. But let's get into this build. As I said, quite a lot to pull out, so let's start diving into it. Just ripping that starter motor out first, and obviously that's fairly knackered. Excuse me. As you can probably tell, I still have this damn cold, so just can't shake it at the moment, so you'll have to just bear with me. So I'll try not to cough too much during this recording, but the old cough medicine is kicking in a little bit, but so bear with me if I do cough a little bit. Just getting our throttle out, and then we want to get more of these parts off this front motor here. These belts coming off now, so we can get further and deeper into the motor. Again, what I should have done is actually done use one of the examination tools and see how far the repairs go. But we'll see how we go without it. We should be able to discover most parts without the examination tool. So just getting the exhaust manifold off now. Crankshaft, we're looking at getting that out as well, but I don't think we're going to be able to get that crankshaft off until we got these front components off, all these bits and bobs from the front of the engine here, the water pump. There we go, cover coming off now. Timing belt now, once the timing belt's off we can get these cam gears off. Once the cam gear's off, camshaft, and the rest of the top of the motor coming off, so we can actually get that the engine head off. As you can see, it's looking a bit knackered. While we're taking those off, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, if you'd like to see more content in the future. By all means, smash that like button if you like what you see. If you have any questions or suggestions, same as usual, guys, just whack them in the comments section below. Don't be shy about doing that. I come down here and get this fuel pump out. It's one of our parts we're looking for, I should imagine. We've still got parts that we haven't discovered in the engine as yet, so this might be a bit of a bit of a search. I should imagine that generally the oil filter, the air filter is one of them. So we'll get that air filter out. Let's see how it's looking. Air filter 29%. Yeah, so he's going to need replacing as well. Again, our magic number is 60%, so that air filter is going to need replacing. Just diving underneath the car and getting that oil pan off. Yeah, I know I should put the oil catcher underneath to catch the oil, but every time I just undo it and spill the oil. It is what it is. Just getting these crankshaft bearing caps off. Looks like a couple of those pistons are going to need replacing. Hopefully it's not too obvious, guys, but I've still got this damn cold at the moment, so I just can't shake, so bear with me. I'll try not to cough too much during this recording, but the cough medicine is helping, thankfully. Still parts not discovered. What else can we have? I don't think it's this ABS module. Generally that comes up in the braking system, but so that's a 64%, so that meets our recommendations. Yeah, I'll pop that straight back in, so there's no need for him to be out. So this is half the challenge, I suppose, with CarMake 2015, is that just to find the parts that you need and the parts that you're looking for. Where the hell would it be? Must be something obvious. It's not the battery. No, I wouldn't have thought so. Repair engine faults. Don't know what much more it can be. Now, if you remember rightly, guys, actually we had a similar problem last time. The last build, where we did the bolt Hellcat to 45%. Actually, good little profit on that one from memory, about $8.5 grand on that particular build. So, but we did have very similar problems trying to find the parts that were damaged and get them out. I wonder if it's, surely it can't be that that bottom air filter plate thingy that's sitting there. No, I'm thinking it's more underneath here, maybe that crankshaft. Now the Mayen M6 is a little bit different to what we've been seeing so far, because it's actually a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive car, I should say, which basically gives it an east-west motor. So because it's an east-west motor, we'll actually need to take those drive shafts that lead straight out to those front tyres off before we're able to get to any of the gearbox. So we're just now able to get to the gearbox once those front drive shafts are gone. You see, this gearbox actually looks okay to me. We'll see how it pulls out, but it doesn't look terrible. 62% flywheel, 70%. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So it wasn't any of those. I mean, any of those gearbox components certainly would have come up under engine component. Okay, yep, it was a crankshaft. Fair enough. Well, those gearbox components had to come out anyway to get that crankshaft out. So it wasn't a complete waste of time. I thought some of those parts might have been knackered in the gearbox there, but ended up being the crankshaft. So, as I said, he had to come out anyway. Excuse me. So as I was saying, the 4-cylinder front-wheel drive car from front-wheel drive motor actually from this particular car. As you probably just saw, is because it's an east-west motor, it also puts a gearbox on the right-hand side of the motor there. As compared to our last build in the Hellcat, which of course was a rear-wheel drive, putting the gearbox at the rear of the motor, which is probably more your traditional engine layout. But the Hellcat was a V8, if my memory serves me correctly, whereas the Mayen M6 is a 4-cylinder. So we're back into the garage, of course. All the repairs are done, all the purchases are done off camera. Just we are in a bit of a time constraints today because it's such a big build. We're getting up on the certainly past the 11-minute mark on this particular build. So what I wanted to do is just cut out all the repairs and the replacements that I did at the repair table, just so that we cut down the time that we used. Perhaps on a shorter build, I'll throw those back in there just so you can see how quickly they're able to be done. But anyway, back to this build. As you can see, the parts going back into the car now, either repaired up to the 60%, or if they couldn't be repaired, they were simply purchased and replaced. Crankshaft bearing caps, let's not forget any of those. You won't be able to put any of those pistons on without those caps on the bottom there. Now you can swing up and do the piston straight away, but I just like to swing around to the gearbox area here. And it allows you from the bottom position of the engine to put the gearbox component straight on. So you might as well do that while your car's in the air. Gearbox going on, we can get those drive shaft in, front drive shafts, and of course once they're in, there's absolutely no need not to put these front tyres back on. Exactly the same on this side. Front drive axle and the tyre going straight on now. Actually, I don't know whether you've seen in the background in the garage there's a shot of it in the background there, the Real GTR. So that's a nice looking car too. So I'd say that'll be actually our next build. So I'm looking forward to that. It's actually a very nice looking car. Pistons going in now. As you can see, brand new pistons. Couldn't repair. Well, that one's okay actually. Repaired a couple of them, but most of them are brand new. In with the engine head, and of course the spark plugs on top of that. Now those spark plugs can go in whether you have this engine head cover on or not, but once those spark plugs are in, then you can actually put the ignition coils over the top of that. The exhaust manifold, bolting on side of the motor there, and the exhaust manifold cover. Nice looking turbo actually. That bolts straight onto right there into the exhaust manifold. Now, as I said before, I often leave that radiator until reasonably last. It often does get in the way. It's not too bad because of these east-west motors obviously facing a different direction, and those fiddly components are actually facing to the left-hand side of the motor if you're looking in. All these cam gears and timing chains and timing covers and what have you, they're all facing one of the wheels and not facing forward. So we're just getting the last of these components in, of the components that go on the what would be the front of the front of the motor here, the belts and the belt tensioner. Slice the belt off and on now. Radiator and radiator fan, of course. One of the last components, as I was saying, to pop straight in. And we should be getting actually very close, if I'm not mistaken, to winding this up. I know we've gone over time, the 15-minute mark has been and gone, but we're getting very close, guys, so we shouldn't go over time too much today. Just the oil pan cover. Gonna need some oil in a moment, of course, just to finish it off. Yeah, I thought I put all the belts on. It's an interesting one. Or did I buy too many belts? Let's have a look here. Oil filter. I'm saying I didn't do the oil filter. I might have actually even bought a belt instead of an oil filter. Well, there you go. There's the first. There's the oil filter. There's definitely rooted, and I definitely didn't purchase one, so we'll just do that fairly quickly and get that in. Get rid of the old one. Get rid of that belt. I reckon I've bought one too many belts. Just a little bit free on that clicking. I think when I was purchasing a heap of belts. Let's have a look now. Change oil, which will just a matter of putting some oil in, and we will be done. And you know when the oil is full, you can see the graphic changes slightly. And we are done. Oil fill costing 20 bucks, and we have green lights across the board, which is fantastic. That was another quite a long build, guys, but we got through it in the end. Bringing the parts up to 60%. The money spent on the job was $4,800 there. Bonus for completing the task, $1,713. Bonus for completing the job, $2,400, which gives a total earned of $8,913. So thank you very much for your company, guys, and I'll look forward to it in the next one.